all of us that fish for a living, and we fish so hard throughout the year. And I love to hunt. I used to hunt all the time, but now probably my big thing is I love to go offshore fishing. I've got a 37-foot Freeman, and I have quad outboards on the back of it, and I love getting 4 or 5 of my buddies, my crew, and to roll out, and I love to fish for blue marlin. Blue marlin's my favorite. I like to catch tuna. I like to catch everything, but I really like to fish for marlin. The other thing I really like about the offshore deal is I definitely am still learning every day I bass fish, but you know, I'm learning and taking all this stuff on this offshore fishing too, and it's, you know, when you're pulling for marlin, if you're pulling lures, we're gonna run usually 5 lines with hooks on them. So we'll have 5 rods, you know, on outriggers and a long, a shotgun, and corners, and then we may be running 2 or 3 teasers, which are big baits with no hooks on it. So, you know, it's what I always tell guys that they go, man, I want to go marlin fishing with you. But here's the deal: it's hours and hours of boredom, followed up by hours and hours of complete chaos. When you finally get that bite from that marlin, it's like, I mean, I guess the best way I could say it to you that bass fish, it's like the guys that are big, they love to throw the big swim baits. That's all they like to do is throw these giant swim baits. They may throw that thing for 2 days without a bite. And then finally, they're winding that big swim bait, and this big bass comes, I mean, a real one. I'm talking the 10, 11, 12, 13 pounders, whatever, comes up and gets on that bait, and that's how the marlin fishing is. So you spend most of your time, I mean, a good marlin trip is catching a marlin, or even maybe taking a shot, you know, getting a bite. But, you know, when you hook that marlin, it's just begun. I mean, it takes a lot of intricate boat driving, and you've got to clear a lot of lines, and then, you know, you may fight that marlin for, it may take you 45 minutes or an hour. It may take you 8 or 10 hours. You just don't know. It depends on the fish. So, you know, that's what keeps me going out there. You know, it's just, we run a really long way. I guess some of the danger in it's pretty cool. We may run 200 miles offshore one way and stay for a couple days, but you know, that's my happy place. I've gone to school, captain school a couple times, and I have a 100-ton master captain's license. And, you know, see at some point in my life, maybe retiring from bass fishing and captain a big boat, you know, or something like that. But the ocean is always, it's kind of been my place, man. It's like calls my name. I love that salt.